Brownsville lies on the southernmost tip of Texas, on the border with Mexico, and connects to the city of Matamoros, Mexico, through a bridge across the Rio Grande. It is in the poorest metro area of the United States, but Brownsville is proof that a culture of health can be built. In an effort to combat our many obstacles of poverty, obesity, and economic disparity, we've implemented several wellness initiatives throughout the city.
Modeled after ciclovias in Bogota, Colombia, where they were started, Ciclovia Brownsville is a free family event that brings out the community. We close down several miles of streets and roads. Children, grandparents, and families come out to play, to ride bikes, and to walk. Ciclovia is spelled with a V in Spanish, but we changed it to a B for Brownsville, woohoo, and made it our own.
Our big idea is Ciclovia to you. By bringing Ciclovia to our impoverished community, our aim is to make these low-income neighborhoods active play, active bike riding, and accessible areas for all in our community.
Hi, I work for the Brownsville Police Department, and I'm really excited about the idea. Ciclovia to You will make their streets safer and reduce crime to different parts of the city.
Hi, my name is Rosa, and I own a small grocery store in the neighborhood. And I'm going to be able to sell my fresh fruits and vegetables locally grown during Ciclovia to You. They'll be coming by my door.
As a parent, I'm super excited to have Ciclovia to You come to my neighborhood so I can take my children to ride their bikes out on a street that's safe.
And I love to ride my scooter, but my mom, she's so lame, she doesn't let me because she says it's too dangerous. So I'm really excited for Ciclovia to You to come to my neighborhood.
Ciclovia to You will help us achieve our big goal of improving the overall vitality of the city of Brownsville by creating safer, healthier, and economically viable neighborhoods within our community by 2016. Ciclovia to You is made possible by these partners:
University of Texas School of Public Health,
The City of Brownsville Public Health Department,
Brownsville Independent School District,
Healthy Communities of Brownsville,
Parks and Recreation,
And the City Office of Grant Management and Community Development.
Woo, thank you, guys.
Ciclovia to You!
Woo. That was a wonderful presentation. So, do you have a specific question that you'd like the panelists to help you with?
We have been labeled the poorest metropolitan area in the United States. We hate that. But we are the largest city south of San Antonio, Texas, everybody knows where that is: Houston, Dallas, San Antonio. So we are the largest city south of San Antonio, Texas. But we always feel left out with large foundations, the resources that we have access to. I work for a nonprofit, and I spend a lot of my time looking for funding resources, going forward with that, as does Parks and the city departments. And we just need to know how to address it, how to make ourselves be looked at different, maybe.
Maybe two comments from the panelists who might be able to help in terms of positioning or other thoughts. Brian?
Well, it's a double-edged sword, I think, in terms of the attention. And you're right. Texas, frankly, anywhere except for the eastern seaboard, there are challenges with attracting foundations. They're just so deeply concentrated in one part of the country. So I think that the flip side, though, of the stigma around the poverty in the community is there is more, I think, attention among foundations that Texas and the southwestern United States has a lot of challenges and is needing more investment. So it's a difficult one, but I think to some degree it's okay to make known that these are areas where there has not been investment and there needs to be more so. The other thing I'd say, though, is that I'd encourage you to also look at other types of anchor institutions. I know that there is I don't know a lot, but I know that there is a new University of Texas branch coming to Brownsville, Rio Grande Valley. So you might also want to think about, there are philanthropies, but there are also groups like universities that, if you can entice them into caring about the community, can be as deep of investors.
Fan?
I'm a broken record on this, but I think that what you need to do is distinguish what you're trying to do from what's been done before. And basically what's been done before, generally Brownsville's no different, is a lot of activities with no way to actually figure out whether it made a difference. And if you want to ride the trends, which is I think how you get philanthropic dollars, I know how you get philanthropic dollars, is you ride trends. You don't try to get people to do what they did yesterday, you see what they're doing now. And so right now, what people are trying to do is say, when communities can come together and define what success looks like, and they have all these different institutions moving towards that same goal, using data to see whether they're making a difference, people will want to do that in Brownsville, but they won't want to just do, we want to do what we always did, just give us more money.
And one last quick comment.
Just one quick comment. I think if you look not just at foundations, but really look at some of the federal organizations, because I think the disparity piece is critically important, and look at what you're doing with the partners that you have. So places like CDC, MCHB, some of those are really looking at rural, you're not rural per se, but looking, okay. I'm from 12,000, but you know what? it is relatively. But I will tell you that those groups really need examples of what's happening and what can be done, and I would look to them.
Thank you, Fan. And a round of applause for the Brownsville team.